But first, nature provides us with much that is predictable. Sunrises, seasons changing, the beautiful V formations of geese flying south.
Nature can also be unpredictable, as we learn from this story that 207's Peggy Kaiser simply could not resist.
Okay. Sally Hunter bought herself a pretty cool kayak this year. It was her way of coping with COVID.
It was such a good thing to have this summer, you know, to be able to get out.
And on many summer evenings, you'd find her putting her kayak together and sliding it into the quiet of a small pond in Durham. In the stillness, you can hear the birds, the frogs, the rhythm of her paddle. A few weeks ago, that stillness was broken in the most unexpected of ways.
I was paddling and this cormorant came up to the boat, you know, so I thought I was going to hit him because he was right by the bow and I thought he'll move, he'll fly away. And instead he swam right along the boat, hopped in and hopped on the bow, you know, as if to kind of say, hey, how's it going?
And he just sort of fell in and then scrambled up onto the bow of the boat and started drying himself. And I was stunned. I was just so surprised.
What I noticed after I was admiring him for a while, I noticed that he had a fish hook in his foot. And it wasn't just like a little, it was a pretty substantial fish hook. And it was infected. So then I was thinking, you know, how do I help this bird?
Clouds were gathering. There was a thunderstorm coming, and Sally started to paddle back to shore.
And he just stayed on the boat.
When she got back to shore, there was only one car in the parking lot.
And we were by the car, putting the kayak away, and I hear this voice yelling, "Hey, you guys, up by the car, help!"
I yelled up, like, hello. And this woman said, do you need help? I said, well, I kind of do.
Enter Amanda Wispel, who grew up just down the road, was home visiting, and happened to be in the parking lot.
I'm actually an entomologist, so I study insects for a living. My best friend actually studies cormorants.
What are the chances of that?
So we went and got wire cutters and pliers and things from the car.
Sally packed up her kayak and went home in the rain. Amanda and her boyfriend stuck around. With a bit of patience and persuasion, they caught the cormorant with a net. All good entomologists travel with nets.
I kind of had the head sort of somewhat gently here so that it couldn't move around too much, but I wasn't putting any pressure, and held the body against myself, and we looked, and it was going right through its leg. Like not through webbing, not even through like part of a toe, like right through the leg. I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
Oh, wow. It was a big hook. They cut the barb and removed it from the cormorant's leg, and in the pouring rain, returned him to the pond.
It was really lucky, I think. It was just really lucky. He was really lucky.
In a perfect world, you know, you'll be sending me back a text that says, hey, we're able to catch him and take the hook out. And that's exactly what happened. And, you know, then I'm thinking, okay, that's the end of the story. And what a great story.
But it wasn't the end of the story.
Hello, you're back.
Not even close.
A couple of days later, I came back to kayak again. It's good to see you, friend. He was just sitting on that rock, and I sort of went up to the rock, and he hopped on. He's like, okay, let's go. And he was on the boat for about 2 hours. He just sat there and preened.
So this is visit number 3 with the cormorant.
I've seen him now 4 times he's gotten on the boat.
He's just hopped on.
And on the day we came to meet this neighborly cormorant, he didn't show up.
So sadly, we are empty-handed.
They do migrate. And so, it could be that he's gone. Maybe he's gone. Maybe it was his farewell tour and we got to see it. We'll all have t-shirts made.
Sally, the consummate teacher, is thinking of ways to make her experience a teachable moment.
There's a story here. Right now there's a setting and a character. I don't know how much plot, but maybe the plot's developing.
We learned a lot about cormorants on this shoot. Apparently, we cannot discern the gender, but thankfully cormorants can. So we don't know if he is a he or a she. We do know that he is a juvenile and that they do show up in fresh water. I had always associated cormorants with saltwater. Sally has promised to let us know if he shows up again, or perhaps if that magic moment doesn't happen until next spring, we'll let you know that as well.
So we'll see if there's another leg to the farewell tour.
I am waiting to see what happens. Yeah, what an exciting story.
It's really good.